Welcome, everyone. You've reached Grandma Mo, and we're covering the games from Wednesday. We had two games being played. This one that I'm covering had very big playoff implications. We had the Sparks going up against Atlanta, and this game was played in Atlanta, and the Sparks really needed this game, and they just couldn't get it done. Um, they're not out of it yet, but they have the most games out of the teams that are in the bottom half of the playoff race. They have more games to play than anybody else. And they have tough games to play. They've got to play Atlanta again. They have to get that one. They absolutely have to get that one. And then I believe they play Dallas, they play Phoenix, and then they end the season at Vegas. And the only hope there is that Vegas will secure whatever position they are in and they rest players. I mean, I'm not saying the Sparks can't beat the Aces. If the Aces have a bad shooting night, the Sparks could certainly beat the Aces. But the way the Aces have been playing lately, then again, the Aces have had 8 days off, and that can really throw off momentum. So cross that bridge when they come to it. But if the Sparks lose, they play the Atlanta Friday. If they don't win that game, they're pretty much out of it. Seattle only has 2 more games left. They're playing New York and the Valkyries. Those are going to be tough for Seattle to win, but it depends on who shows up, which Seattle team shows up. So I don't know. New York hasn't been playing that well, but they could turn it around at any minute. I mean, the minute Ionescu comes back, they can square that away. But we'll see. It's very exciting. I mean, it's last week. We got just about Thursday will be a week. We'll have a week left of the regular season. And this has been great. This has been great. So you go look at the scoring here. Atlanta got the win 86-75. The quarterly scoring, Atlanta outscored them just about every quarter. But the second quarter is what killed LA. 26-24 in the first, so they were right in it. And then the second quarter was 27-17. And that built them the 12-point lead at halftime. And then the Sparks just had no answer. They were even with them in the final 2 quarters, but they just couldn't. They needed a real breakout quarter, and they just couldn't get it. 19-18, they outscored them in the third, but that was it. And then they were even at 15 points in the fourth. So the problem for the Sparks is that they're just not getting enough help from players other than Jackson, Hamby, and Plum. They're relying on stars. They're stars to propel them. When, if you look at Atlanta's scoring, Atlanta got double figures from 5 players. The Sparks only got 3. It's just those 3. And there's just, I mean, like you look at this scoring and it's like 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, 2 points, 2 points, 5 points. Those were the other scorers for LA. They've got to start incorporating these other players, and they're, I don't know, it might be too late, but who knows, they could just shoot really well and win the last 4 games they have. I mean, but they have tough opponents. Vegas, Phoenix, and another Atlanta game. Those 3 are going to be really tough for the Sparks to win. They can, but that's going to be hard in a week. And then they have to play Dallas. Not that they can't. I mean, they should beat Dallas, but they've got to incorporate. They have to get more people scoring. So you had Jackson with 15 points. You had Hamby with 21. And Hamby's been, I mean, these players have been playing well. I mean, Hamby's been, she willed them to that win their last game. But it shouldn't come down to that. It should come down, I mean, they have very talented, this roster is very talented, but they're not, I don't know. They're relying, I think they're relying on their, these 3 players too much. So Plum had 18, and Plum shot 45%, Hamby shot 58%, Jackson shot 37%. But then you have Azare Stevens, who this has been a good year for her, but she only took 7 shots. She's 6'6". Use that. 2 for 7. She was 1 for 3 from 3. She had 6 rebounds, an assist, a steal. She got 3 blocks for them, but that was the only blocks they got. Usually Cam Brink would have some blocks. Jackson usually would get some. Hamby'd get some. They got none. I mean, that made me do to what Atlanta does. And, you know, they shoot from the outside. They took 28 threes. Atlanta did. And the Sparks took 25. They only made 6. Atlanta made 11. So that's a big, huge jump. I mean, that's 15 points right there in threes. Atlanta out-rebounded them. Bree Jones got a double-double. Jordan Canada got a double-double. Just, it spreads around really well for Atlanta. So, Julie Alleman had 3 points. Burrell had 3 points. Cameron Brink had 3 points. Barker had 3 points. Fagan had 2. And Pilley had 2. And that was in the last couple minutes. So Fagan, Van Loo, and Pilley played 2 minutes. And anyway, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. So Atlanta, Ryan Howard, she shot well, 53%. She was 3 for 8 from 3. She can take, I mean, Ryan Howard's a terrific player. She was a number 1 draft pick, but she can get a little 3 happy sometimes. And this game, I mean, she didn't do that in this game. She took 8, which, you know, that's fine. She shot almost 40%, so it's fine. She had 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and a turnover. But it's different when Jordan Canada's playing, because otherwise Ryan Howard's bringing the ball up, which, you know, she should keep to, you know, being on the wing there, because she's really good at the wing. It's better to have just put Pow Pow in, let her bring the ball up, let her initiate the offense. So that's my opinion, but there's things that Semesco does that, I mean, Atlanta has a very high draft pick filled team, but they do some things that are just, I don't know, some of the decisions they make they've been getting away with it though. So, you know, maybe he's right. I don't know. I would, you know, put the ball into Bree Jones and Brittany Griner like all the time. And then when they get doubled, then kick it out. But Atlanta has taken, they didn't take too many in this game though, so it was definitely better. But over I mean, I've watched every single game, and you watch stuff and you're like, oh, they're throwing up these threes. And if they're not making them, and they have these 2 huge centers in the middle there, like, oh my God, you have such an advantage. This game, they did that a little bit more. So anyway, Naz Hillman, good game for her. She's been, you know, up and down this year. She's had some really good games, and then, like, she'll get 3 points, or, you know, you don't even notice her. So, but that may be just a different circumstances and different teams and that kind of thing that they're playing. So she had 15 points. She had 7 rebounds, 2 assists. She was 6 for 15, 3 for 7 from 3. So that was 42%. So Bree Jones, like I said, double-double. She had 16 points, 13 rebounds. She was 7 for 14 and 2 for 2 at the line. Atlanta didn't go to the line very much. They were only there 8 times. The Sparks went 20 times, but they only made 13. Oh, that's bad foul shooting. 65% from the line? Hamby was 1 for 4 and Jackson was 1 for 3. That's bad foul shooting. Okay, so Pow Pow had 5 points. She had a block, 2 steals, an assist, and a rebound. She was 2 for 5, 1 for 2 from 3. Jordan Canada, 10 points, 10 assists, 3 rebounds. She had 4 steals, 2 blocks. Your point guard's getting 2 blocks. Wow. Atlanta had 9 blocks. And let's see, Pow Pow had a block, and Canada had 2. Usually that'd be Bree Jones and Brittany Griner, and they both got 2 themselves. But Jordan Canada didn't shoot very well. She was 3 for 14, 1 for 4 from 3. But more of her game is driving to the hoop and dishing, so that didn't hurt them. 14 points for Caldwell. She's been playing well in the latter half of the season. She also had 8 rebounds, 4 assists. She had 3 turnovers, but a steal. She was 6 for 9 from the floor, 2 for 4 from 3. So good game for her. Brittany Griner had 4 points. They just haven't been playing her that much. I don't know if she's on like a minute restriction or something. But she only plays like 10 or 15 minutes a game. But she got 2 blocks, 6 rebounds. She was 2 for 6. And then Nia Coffey had 3 points. She hit a 3-point shot. She had a turnover and a rebound. And that rounds out the scoring for Atlanta. They shot 43% from the floor. The Sparks only shot 40. Sparks shot 24% from 3. And the Dream shot almost 40%. They were just a hair under 40%. So congratulations, Atlanta. They have, the Aces have a big game coming up against Minnesota. We'll see how that one goes today. And, that could have implications on who's in second place. So we'll see. And then, Phoenix, they're going to have some tough games coming up. But it's all really exciting to see how these all... they've all clinched the playoffs. It's all a matter of seeding now. And I'm not so sure that, especially for these 3 teams, like the Aces, Phoenix, and Atlanta, I don't know if it really matters which seed they're in. I wouldn't want to be... Because New York is probably going to get the 5th seed. I wouldn't want to play New York, especially if they get healthy. I would not. But the other... if you're playing the Valkyries... the Valkyries are my team. I love the Valkyries. But, they don't... They haven't beat the top 4 teams. The only one they've beaten is... Well, they beat New York the day before yesterday. And they've beaten Atlanta. And they beat the Vegas Aces. They beat them by like 20-something points earlier in the season. And they played them tough. One game they went... that was like 102 to 104. And then they've had 2, decent games against Vegas. But they couldn't beat them the last couple times. So, and then you have the Fever, and you have either the Sparks or the Storm. The Storm, their last 2 games are against the Valkyries in New York. They play New York, I think today. Friday. They play New York Friday. So we'll see how that one goes. But, for these top teams, I'm not sure if it matters much on the seeding. I definitely wouldn't want to play New York. So you don't want to be the 4th seed. But other than that, I don't think it matters that much to these other teams. But sometimes matchups are crazy. Like, you have certain teams that, they'll lose to one team, can't seem to beat one team, and then they easily beat another team. So, I don't know. That's just the way it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching. And if you could hit that subscribe button, we'd really appreciate it. So, anyway, enjoy the rest of the season, and we'll see you next time.